Good morning. I thought I would explain how Dooley got his tendon sheet infection. On Sunday morning, I went out to feed, and he was standing out there in the pasture and did not come up. And I could tell he was three-legged, and I thought, oh my gosh. So when I walked down there to go get him in the middle of the pasture, I noticed that the bottom strand of wire was broke, and I do have barbed wire, and it was the fence line that's in between the two horses. So I bring him up and I wash it. It wasn't even bloody or anything, but it was swelled up. And so I wash it, I clean it up, I doctor it up, I clean a stall out and put him in the stall. And I did this for about 3 days and it was going down. And all it was just a few scratches on the between the ankle and the coronary band. And it didn't even look like it even broke the skin. And so on the third day, it got swelled back up again. And Doc is only about 15 minutes away from me. Thank goodness he's close to me. Anyway, so I take him to Doc. By this time, it's Wednesday morning because it had gotten big again. And he looks at it and everything. And so we gives me some medicine, and I take him home, and I put some medicine on the leg itself, and he gets some medicine through the feet. And it starts going down again. Well, Friday morning, it gets big again. I don't really think that much of it, and so I happened to be out yard selling, and I was close by Doc's, and so I pulled in there. And I told Doc, I said, it swelled back up again, so I said, and he's like, go get him and bring him. And I'm like, really? And he said, yeah, go get him and bring him. And I knew he had surgery around noon, and so I hurried home and got him and brought him back up there, and he looked at it, and the first thing he said is like, we need to x-ray that ankle. So we x-rayed that ankle, and he has a bone chip, and that bone chip was only a couple of weeks old. And I'm thinking, you gotta be kidding me. And so I told him, I said, oh, this is no big deal, long ways from his heart, there's a lot of horses out there with bone chips, he'll be fine. And he says, no, this has to be surgically removed because where it's at. And I was like, really? And I said, so he just got this, or it's been there a while? And he's like, it just happened not very long, maybe a couple of weeks, because the way the bone was all clean and shaped. And he says, but now we got to worry about the infection. And so he did an ultrasound and everything, and there was a lot of fluid built up in there. And so he's like, he's got to stay. And he said, we're going to have to profuse it because he's getting a tendon sheet infection in there. So we profused it for, not sure how many days. And profusing, which I did not know this, is I'm not sure if I can explain it correctly, but they do put, after they put a tourniquet on the leg, and then he goes in there with a needle or small catheter, butterfly, whatever, and sticks medicine down in the ankle area, and then the tourniquet has to stay on there for like 30 minutes so that medicine stays down there. Well, third day he would go down, and then I think I get to take him home, and then the third or fourth day it would go back up again. And so this went on for quite a while. He actually stayed at the vet for 2.5 weeks. So before I brought him home, they decided to do a tendon flush, and that's what the video you see before, a couple of them before this one. And of course, I had no clue what a tendon flush was. I thought you could just leave them standing up and stick a hole in each end and just flush it out with the needle. I didn't know you had to put him, lay him down, and do what you see in the video. So this is all new to me. So anyways, he gets that done on a Friday, and Saturday he's doing really good. Doc cuts off the wrap, and I get to take him outside, and that sucker's like pulling me like crazy, wanting to just go and walk, and just wants me to let him go. And anyways, he feels really, really good, and so I bring him back, and Doc said you could probably take him home Monday. Well, I forgot he goes to the track on Monday, and so I go every day to see this horse because he's only 15 minutes from me. And so then it's Monday. I go there. His leg looks really good, the best it has ever looked since then, and I am so excited. But Doc wasn't around, And so the girl that was there, we both talked about it, and I said, man, I'm afraid to take him if he's not without an actual okay from Doc. And so I left him one more night. And so I text Doc and I was like, so can I come get him today? And he says, bring the trailer. So I take off work early and I'm all excited, and I show up there and Doc's busy with a customer, and I go look in his stall and I was like, ugh, it had swelled back up. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding. And that's the day I lost it. I did cry on Doc's shoulder, and he's like, he just needs to go home for a little bit, give him a break from all this. And he sent me some medicine and told me what to do. And so I get him home, and he's needed a break, and his mind was getting better, and his eyes was getting better, and everything. And so that's where we're at. And so today, actually Saturday, I went and I got some different medicine to put on his leg, and it has taken out almost all of the swelling, but there's still just a little bit of puffiness. And so I don't know if that's still infection or if it's just going to take longer or what he wants to do next. And I'm just praying we don't have to do another tendon flush on Wednesday. So I will keep you posted. I have to work today, and whenever I get off work, I'll hopefully I can take my horse over there and have him look at him, or he may just tell me on the phone. So I will keep you posted.